session.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the reason behind why do you want to organize this tournament for kiddies?
Well, for us at Laguna Lanco, a big part of our core beliefs is our CSR programs, and with that, we look at how to grow the game of golf in Vietnam, how to create opportunity for juniors and female golfers. A lot of our events that get a lot of recognition are focused around professional golf, but looking at the future, we want to make sure we provide opportunity for those that are interested in the game to play and compete and to help spread the enjoyment that people get from playing golf. So we wanted to make sure that we provided a venue for the caddies and the golf industry staff that are up and coming to come and play in a tournament and enjoy the facility like our professionals and our members do.
What do you think is the role of caddies in the development of golf in Vietnam?
Well, obviously Vietnam is very unique where caddies are mandatory. That's quite popular throughout Southeast Asia, but a lot of established, mature golf markets like in Europe and America and Canada and Australia, caddies are actually very rare. So we wanted to, but it's a great opportunity here for the caddies to become future golfers in the industry. Often you start to caddy when you're in your late teens or early 20s, and we're hoping that they become the future of the golf industry as they get into their 30s and 40s. The caddies are in a very unique position where they provide very in-depth services on the golf course by providing strategy, helping people select their clubs, yardages, so they actually naturally can become good golfers if they're given access to the facilities.
So, given the bad conditions in the central middle region of Vietnam, so what are the difficulties you have faced and overcome to?
Yeah, so this has been obviously one of the most difficult years for all tourism around the world. Starting with COVID-19 restrictions, a lot of the resort golf courses have suffered more than the city golf courses, as travel restrictions didn't allow people to actually come to the resorts, where in some of the cities they were still allowed to travel in the city. So golf's actually shown some growth in the city centers, but resorts have been slower to recover due to travel restrictions. So secondly, Central Vietnam over the last almost 40 to 50 days has seen devastating floods, typhoons, and tremendous damage. So there's been a lot of hardships in the region. Now, we were just hit with a typhoon 48 hours ago, and we had a lot of wind damage to trees, but the golf course itself, the turf conditions, survived very well. So we contemplated canceling the tournament, but we feel right now it's more important than ever to support tourism, to help generate economic growth and revenue for the staff to get more money and more hours to work so that they can help send that money to their families and to the local regions to help rebuild their homes. So we looked at it as not stopping tourism, but actually we need more tourism to help regrow the economy in Central Vietnam.
So how exactly did the golf course and Laguna Resort in general suffer from the COVID and the flood in the recent?
Well, we losing our international markets, like most resorts in Vietnam, that was close to 50% of our business. We were very quick back in February and March to switch to focus on domestic tourism. So we've always had Vietnam residents rates for people that live in the local community to come weekly or monthly or annually to enjoy the resort. Typically international rates are somewhat higher, but with our resort we're very unique also, where we have Laguna Park, which is kind of our entry-level price point, and you can drive here and park at the villas. So that was very appealing to the domestic market. And then we have Anh Giana Hotel, which has still been seeing good groups and MICE facilities and families. And then Banyan Tree and our ultra-luxury Banyan Tree residents were very popular with the Vietnamese for the last 2 years, as the 3-bedroom units up on the hill are very suited for families. So for us, losing the international market is very challenging, but it's been a good opportunity to grow the domestic market. And we're seeing more and more families traveling, where sometimes the international market's just couples and it's smaller groups. From the golf perspective, we were seeing growth on last year up until the Da Nang lockdown in July. So we just saw more and more Vietnamese and residents, so expats living here, just coming to enjoy the game of golf, as it was a very safe activity during COVID because you're naturally separated on the golf course. Other sports have been a challenge. Obviously, if you're playing football or like basketball, sometimes you're close together. But golf, being outside in the fresh air and you don't have to touch anybody else, is naturally a social distancing sport.
So how do you maintain the the condition of the golf course so well that it remain like it doesn't suffer too much from, it's not damaged too much from the floods?
So it's not an overnight solution. We've spent 4 years adjusting the design and the infrastructure of the golf course after every storm. So when we have flooding, we take a lot of photos and we develop a plan to fix those areas so they don't flood again, or that they drain quickly. So 2 options there. And then we look at tree management programs. So we look to identify trees that maybe are weak or rotten that might fall down in a storm, and we try to keep them pruned down so that it's not as dangerous if the winds do pick up. And then every storm event or every year, we're constantly improving or enhancing the golf course to prepare it so that it can handle more and more rain. And now we know when the rain's coming or a big storm's coming, we do a lot of work to prepare the golf course before. So we actually open up and get some improved drainage to the greens because we want to be open a day after a big storm. So the biggest thing for us is first getting through the storm, and then second is to recover and open as quickly as we can.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the future?
Well, we continue to focus on golf tournaments for Laguna Lanco. That's become our strong point. I think we're becoming very well known for hosting many events and many tournaments. We've got a team that is very passionate about hosting events, and we're able to put together everything that's required around large-scale multi-day tournaments. With the 3 hotels, obviously the driving range, the practice facility, and we've got our new putting course behind us here. We're able to cater to that market, which is obviously requires a lot of skill and a lot of time and effort. So that's going to continue to be our main focus into 2021, looking how to create more and more tournaments and events to bring people to Central Vietnam.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I think that's enough.
Okay.
To be here today.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.